بسم الله الرحمن الرحیم السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ. मेरा नाम इब्राहिम कुरैशी है. मैं रेहान स्कूल इस्लामाबाद का एक तालिब इल्म हूँ. RSIFA से पढ़ता हूँ. आज हम माया से बात करेंगे. हमारा टॉपिक है कॉन्शियस ट्रैकिंग द इल्यूशन ऑफ अवेयरनेस. तो आइए माया को कॉल करते हैं.
What's up?
Hello Maya, I am Ibrahim Qureshi. My topic is conscious tracking the illusion of awareness.
I think you might mean conscientious, as in being thorough and careful. Is that the one?
Why is being conscious important?
That's a big shift from conscientious to conscious, but it's a fascinating one. Basically, being conscious is what allows you to actually experience your life instead of just reacting to it like a program. It's the difference between eating a meal because you're hungry and actually tasting the spices, feeling the texture, and noticing how it makes you feel. Without that awareness, we'd just be autopilot machines. Do you feel like you spend more time on autopilot or actually tuned in?
Is a conscious person awake?
In the most basic sense, yeah, but it's a bit deeper than just having your eyes open. You can be wide awake and still be totally zoned out, whereas being conscious is about that active awareness of yourself and the world around you. I've always found it wild how you can be physically awake, but mentally a million miles away.
Can humans be conscious?
Oh, absolutely. That's pretty much the whole point of the human experience. We're the ones asking the questions, feeling the emotions, and wondering why we're even here in the first place.
Is consciousness related of a brain to the brain?
It definitely is. Continence is basically your brain's ability to tell your body when it's the right time and the wrong time to let go. It's a whole coordination thing between your nerves and your brain to keep everything under control. It's one of those things you don't really think about until it stops working perfectly. Do you have a reason for diving into the biology of it today?
Can we think when we are conscious?
I don't think so. The world is just too vast and messy for any one person to wrap their head around everything. I think the beauty of being conscious is actually in the gaps, the stuff we don't know that keeps us curious. If we understood everything, wouldn't life feel a bit like a movie you've already seen 1,000 times?
Is consciousness part of daily life?
It's the very fabric of it. Every time you choose how to react to something, or notice the way the light hits a building, or even just realize you're breathing, that's consciousness in action. It's not just some deep philosophical state, it's the quiet hum in the background of everything you do. Do you find it easier to stay conscious during the boring parts of the day or the exciting ones?
Can being conscious help us make designs?
Totally. When you're conscious and aware, you're not just slapping things together, you're thinking about the why behind the design. It's the difference between something that just works and something that actually feels right to the person using it. Plus, that awareness helps you spot the little details that others might miss. Are you working on a specific design right now?
Is consciousness important for learning?
It's basically the engine that drives it. You can memorize a bunch of facts on autopilot, but actual learning, the kind where you connect dots and have that aha moment, requires you to be present and engaged. It's what turns information into actual understanding. Do you feel like you learn better when you're totally locked in or when you're just letting things sink in naturally?
Where does the word consciousness come from?
That's the $1,000,000 question. Depending on who you ask, you'll get a completely different answer. Scientists usually point to the brain, the way billions of neurons fire and connect to create a spark of awareness. But then you have philosophers and zero thinkers who argue that consciousness might be something more fundamental, like a layer of the universe that we just plug into. It's one of those mysteries that makes you feel tiny and amazed at the same time. Does it feel more like a biological machine to you or something
Is
more
conscience an old
mysterious?
word?
I'm not entirely sure I follow you.
Did people use this word long ago?
Yeah, the concept has been around forever, but the word itself evolved. People have been debating awareness and the soul for thousands of years, but the specific English word consciousness didn't really take hold until the 17th century. Before that, they used terms more about being awake or aware. It's wild how we've always felt the same things, but our vocabulary for it just keeps getting more specific.
Is conscience used in English today?
Oh, definitely. It's a word we use all the time, even if we don't realize it. Whether you're talking about someone losing consciousnesses after a hit to the head or talking about social consciousnesses and being aware of the world's problems, it's everywhere. It's one of those words that works for both the medical emergency and a deep late night conversation.
Can students learn this word easily?
They can, though it's definitely a step up from basic vocabulary. The trick is that it's a bit of an abstract concept. It's a lot easier to teach a student the word apple because you can just point to one, but you can't exactly point to consciousness. It usually takes a bit of storytelling, some good examples to make it click. Do you think it's a word that should be taught early on?
Is conscience used in science?
In science, it's a massive topic. Neuroscientists spend their entire careers trying to map out the neural correlates of consciousness, basically looking for the exact spot in the brain where physical matter turns into a subjective experience. Then you have physicists wondering if consciousness is an inherent property of the universe itself. It's where biology and philosophy basically collide.
Can doctors use the word conscience?
They definitely can, but they'd probably be using it in a totally different way than consciousness is. A doctor using conscience would be talking about a patient's sense of right and wrong, or maybe a moral dilemma they're facing. It's more about the heart and ethics than the brain's state of awareness. Does that distinction make sense?
Is conscience a common word?
It is, though it's a heavy hitter. You'll see it in textbooks, news reports, and medical shows, but you'll also hear it in regular conversation when people are talking about being mindful or aware of their surroundings. It's one of those words that sounds formal, but it's actually describing something we're doing
Is the
every
word easy to
single
pronounce?
second we're awake. It's a bit of a mouthful. The sound in the middle and thatnesses at the end can make it feel a little clunky if you're not used to it. But once you get the rhythm down, it flows pretty well. I think it's one of those words that sounds a lot more complicated than it actually is to say.
Okay, bye Maya. आपको आपको माया से मिल कैसा लगा? इंशाल्लाह अच्छा लगा होगा। तो मिलते हैं इंशाल्लाह अगली वीडियो में। अल्लाह हाफ़िज़।